Straight Wellness with Shirma P. Clark and Sean Bouldin. Subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Thank you. If you wasn't able to catch us, here's some of what you missed.
Action and why we react sometimes the way that we do. And when we react to the pain, the same pain that a woman reacts to and gets sympathy for, we get villainized for. And it becomes a downward spiral and nothing gets accomplished other than the abandonment that plagues our family structures.
Well, Sean, that's because it looks different from you. When I say you, men, and I'm not saying it's right for you all to be villainized for that, but it's because it looks different. And so society views it different because it's displayed differently.
Yeah, that's a whole nother topic, a whole nother day, because you're right. And that's
I guess I can write another letter dealing with that that vilification, because I 20 grand and counting. Right.
Wow. I have some questions over here that I'm going to address. I'm sorry to interrupt. One of the questions or comments over here was, when you come in, it was from your earlier statement, bystander. When you come in a peaceful state, she was able to receive it without being triggered. And that's absolutely correct. And I understand that. But the problem that I'm having with the blatant triggers that are allowed for our feminine women counterparts. You're allowed to get triggered. And the example that I use is the slap, the infamous Will Smith and Jada Pinkett slap. Reason why I say it is because they both were triggered. Hers was looked at with her rolling in her eyes like, oh, she should have the right to do that. No, you were triggered and you didn't handle it well. The same way he was triggered and he didn't handle it well. His action of handling it was going up and being physical, whereas her rolling of her eyes was her reacting to being triggered. And not saying one is worse than the other, not going to argue that point. The point that I'm arguing is that she gets passed for being triggered when he does not.
I would argue that point, but that's a whole other show. That's a whole other show. But I get your point, Sean, in regards to it being unequal as far as, men's emotions being disregarded.
I'm gonna save mine for the next show for that one.
That's another show.
I do have my opinions on it, but I think that we'll leave that for later. We'll leave that for later.
I agree, because and it is a passionate, because that becomes almost like a gender discrepancy, but it's a necessary conversation, because I say, to that point that I was making, women, black women especially, if you rolled your eyes at your mother, what the results will be. So acting like rolling your eyes is not something disrespectful and not something that needs to be addressed. You know better. Stop acting like you don't, is what I challenge all of you to do. Because you know that's not appropriate. If your child rolled their eyes at you, you know how you would react. So stop acting like you don't know what we're talking about. But with all that said, I'm not going to go there.
5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern, Friday evenings, here. Don't forget to subscribe. Straight Wellness. Peace.